I'd like to apologise for dropping off the face of the internet. I've just been very busy at work, and that's left me with very little free time to actually make videos, or even watch them. And furthermore, I haven't had to have a chance to have my computer looked at, so even if I could watch any videos, even if I could have time to make videos, I don't have the tools to make videos. So I'm very sorry, but I can also, my phone broke down at the beginning of December, so essentially I had to replace that, so I've gotten a brand new phone. And that's why I'm able to record this new video. So hopefully I'll be able to produce videos. In fact, I probably aim to release 2 videos a week. Even if it's just as simple as just me talking about my DVD collection or video game collection or whatever. So anyway, moving on from that blog part of it, I'll be talking about my Disney DVD collection, starting at the very bottom. The very first one, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was released in 1938, which would make it close to 80 years old. And I'd say pretty good for its time. I mean, characters are a bit flat, but what do you expect? They were still experimenting around with animation. Pinocchio, I'd say that's pretty good with okay morals if it's a bit overly moralistic at times. But you've got Fantasia, which honestly I would describe that as the best film to get stoned to. I've got Bambi, which is okay, I think, although it is a bit overly dramatical. Special edition. Is that when they like digitally remaster it? Oh, here's a point. When I set it up, I put those two in the wrong places. Should be 6 and 7. Number 5, if I recall, is Dumbo, which I don't own at this time. You know, the elephants on parade and the overly sad moment between that and the Jim Crow. Yes, they did name one of their characters Jim Crow. You've got... it's a bit... nah, I won't bother with the light. You've got the 3 capybaras, or no, wait, I pronounced that wrong. How the hell you pronounce that? Got Goofy in the next one. Cinderella. Surprised they didn't actually do... So, right, what am I missing then? Is it Snow White and a few others? I can't remember off the top of my head what's in between Cinderella and those ones. So what's in between Cinderella and Snow White? I have to look that up after the video, after I've done making this. But anyway, Cinderella, pretty good. Was that 1940 or 50? You've got Sleeping Beauty. I actually did see a pantomime just after Christmas of Sleeping Beauty. Funny enough, they actually did sing Love is an Open Door from Frozen there. Where was I? Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. I think that, if I remember correctly, that was the last film Walt Disney worked on. Whoops. You've got Winnie the Pooh, sat on the loo. Just kidding. Or The Amazing Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Snow White, no, Black Cauldron. First time I saw that, I didn't recognize that it was a Walt Disney classic. 25, if I recall. Like I said, first time I saw it, I didn't know it was didn't realize it was Disney. I thought it was some other group. Although I've had the reverse problem of that. I thought there were a couple of things I thought were Disney which weren't. Like, was it Swan Princess and is it Adventures of Camelot, or I don't know, one that looks like Disney would make if they got all stoned. Basil the Great Mouse Detective. That one's pretty. I do like, especially considering is it Vincent Price did the Lord Ratigan, which I could watch him do his thing all day if need be. 27. What's 27? Can't remember off the top of my head. Also, missing Rescuers down, first Rescuers movie, which is it in between those two? Is it 19? I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. Where was I? Rescue. Basil the Great Mouse Detective. You've got pretty much what kicked off the Disney Renaissance. The Little Mermaid. You go under the sea. Under the sea. I'd definitely say it's one of the more classic, even though they do butcher the original fairy tale. But heck, out of all of these, I would say maybe only Cinderella comes the closest to representing the original fable, minus them not cutting off parts of their feet. Where was I? Rescuers Down Under, probably one of the most overlooked one because it got stuck between The Little Mermaid and arguably their best one they've ever made, Beauty and the Beast. But I still kind of like it. You know, you got that sense of flight and fancy, and it's good to see them do something with a sequel that's actually pretty decent, considering most of the other Disney sequels like Aladdin, the sequels to Aladdin and Hunchback of Notre Dame were complete crap. But anyway, where was I? Beauty and the Beast, arguably their best one they've ever made. Pretty awesome song. I love Belle, I love Beast, I love Gaston. You know, because he's pretty much the embodiment of how sometimes the best villain thinks that they're the hero at times. Got Aladdin, probably Robbie Williams' best voice acting. Either those three tend to be the ones that are at the top of some people's best Disney films. That or Hunchback. Aladdin, The Circle of Life, and all that. Definitely say those were the strongest. These, up until I would say Emperor's New Groove, where they stopped. Where they started getting a bit shaky. Right, I'm missing Pocahontas. Yeah, that's 23 Pocahontas, so I have to try and see if I can get that at a later date. Hunchback of Notre Dame, probably the best villain song out of all of them with Hellfire. Hercules. I know this one tends to be polarizing, but I actually kind of like Hercules. I like the element of the difference between fame and being a hero, which is probably weaved throughout the film itself. Mulan, probably maybe their second best song they've ever done with I'll Make a Man Out of You. Emperor's New Groove, I would definitely say that's their take on the, you know, buddy comedy, road trip sort of thing. Yeah, obviously this is where we starting to get into the decline era with Atlantis: The Lost Empire. It wasn't until I got that on DVD that I managed to watch it, because I think very few people talked about it. Probably their iffiest film, the film that I have the most polarizing opinion of, Treasure Planet. I kind of felt like they needed to just play a straight adaptation of Treasure Island instead of this kind of mishmash between really old world and and really futuristic technology, which is very weird to watch it. You've got Brother Bear, which is pretty decent. Chicken Little, which I would argue that is the worst film that they've ever made under Disney. Even worse than some of their sequels. Because I would put it down to one thing why I don't like Chicken Little. Everybody in that film is unlikable. And also, it's not funny. In fact, I actually bought that for £1.50 and I still feel like I was ripped off. In fact, I could have stolen that and I still feel like I was ripped off. Bolt, which actually, yeah, again, I didn't think that was a Disney when I first saw it. I thought it was a DreamWorks. I don't know why, but, it just doesn't feel like a Disney film. Princess and the Frog, I think that was the last true hand-drawn animation that they've produced. And the first time I actually watched it was last Christmas. It just happened to have it on, and I decided to watch it. Tangled, actually, funny enough, they had that on a few days ago during Christmas. I like it. I like a lot of their songs, and I think it's probably one of the. I think it was like their second most expensive film they've ever made. Wreck-It Ralph. I'm kind of thankful I didn't actually watch the hype for that film, because I would have felt ripped off, because if you watch the hype for it, it was essentially you were given the idea that Wreck-It Ralph was going to interact with all the video game characters like Mario, Sonic, Zelda, so on and so forth. Instead, they spend a lot of their time in and around Candy Rush. I think, was it Candy Rush or Candy Crush? And I haven't watched that in a while, or from beginning to end. I watched like the first half of that like a few days ago over Christmas, and you get to the last one, which was ironically enough the first one that I bought, Frozen. I think currently right now that's the highest grossing earning animated film, next to their other lot, which was at one point, Pixar, which you got. I don't have as many Pixar films as I do Disney, maybe because they haven't been around as long. But anyway, you've got the Toy Story box set, and I heard the third one. Is the fourth one coming out? Is it next year or is it the year after next? Oops, should be doing that the other way. Oh crap, I should put that at the bottom, but oh well. Bug's Life, Monsters University. Wait a minute, it should be Monsters Inc. then Monsters University. Well, anyway, Wall-E, which was the first Pixar film I bought. It's got that weird box set there with 2 DVDs, one with special features. Brave, which I actually kind of like that. I know it's very polarizing, but I like it. And Monsters Inc., which I think, yeah, again, a lot of Pixar stuff is actually on IMDb. Anyway, that's my Disney DVD collection. I'll see you all in the not too distant future. Bye then.